Welcome to Headwing, made mainly for moderates. Okay, so as I said last time, Headwing is seeking the proper harmony between right wing and left wing. So today I'm going to talk about the enemy of both the right and the left, and it is called CCDS. CCDS is chronic compulsive derangement syndrome. Chronic because it doesn't seem to go away very easily. Compulsive because the person can't help themselves. Derangement because of the extreme willingness to abandon logical, rational lines of thought. Syndrome because it involves multiple conditions and behaviors. The first condition is dealing with information that challenges our worldview. And the first behavior of CCDS is refusing to integrate new information that challenges our current worldview. Some people don't have that problem, and so they don't have CCDS. They will take the new information, step back, and rearrange the new worldview if they have to after reviewing the new information. That's also called being mature. But what some people will do is, feeling that their worldview is one and the same as themselves, when their worldview is threatened, they actually feel threatened. Norepinephrine is released in their brain, and the limbic system takes over, fight or flight, and they will do whatever they need to do in order to make sure that their worldview stays exactly the same as when the entire episode started. So the first behavior of CCDS is the limbic response to the worldview being challenged. And if you suffer from CCDS, it's important for you to realize that not everyone responds to challenges in the same way. So then, episode 1 is protecting the worldview. So when the dust settles, your logical mind has a chance to review the new information. If it was a sound and decent proposal to begin with, the logical mind then tells you that your rationalizations during episode 1 were twisted. And if you've already aired those opinions as if they were official, then part of your mind tells you that you are on shaky ground. So the second condition is you feel uneasy. So then what you do is you're going to tell people what you went through, and then their mirror neurons kick in. They start to feel what you feel. If they are mature people, they will challenge you and say to you, why didn't you heed the new information? And you won't like that. So what you'll want to do is talk to people who suffer from CCDS. You'll tell them about your rationalizations. Because they're like-minded, they will feel the yearning that you have to protect your worldview as if that feeling and that yearning was their own. And now you have an ally in protecting your worldview, and you have an ally who will help you create rationalizations to defend your worldview. So the result of episode 2 is the creation of the third condition, which is an entire social network of people who are accustomed to having the limbic response. When they feel challenges to their worldview, their norepinephrine kicks in, limbic system kicks in, fight or flight kicks in, and they fully intend to protect the worldview no matter what the new information is. And because they all understand the feeling of going through this and the feeling of needing to protect the worldview, they will form up as allies, and it becomes a social network. These social networks are dangerous to both the right and the left because when the right actually has a point to make and drive something to the next sphere of benefit, and the left has a point to make so that they can drive to a next sphere of benefit, people who have limbic responses are going to impede rational people on the right and the left. When a social network of CCDS people reaches a critical mass, rational people on both the right and the left will tend to kowtow to the irrational mob. When children grow up seeing such a mob, their mirror neurons help them rationalize growing into the same type of adult. This is why the degradation of rational thought is a danger to our union. It is a danger to America itself. Can you imagine if more than half the country was utterly unable to evaluate new information, feeling comforted in irrational thought processes, and their main two objectives are to arrest the evolution of their own worldview and to collectively discourage the questioning that incites limbic responses in others? How could the country get to the point where that could happen? I'll tell you. The main agency that's in place to help each human being grow beyond that limbic arrest problem is parents. Parents who themselves are free thinkers. Keep that in mind. It's enough that right and left are going to wrestle with each other. If you want that better country, I hope you understand by now that we can't afford widespread CCDS, also known as big babyism. Hey, if you dig this, like, subscribe, share. Talk to you later.
Nothing to lose, far away, far away. Ricochet, you take your aim.